officially this morning, I went on Daily Mail, went online. I was like, okay, cool, we're in a recession. I was like, I think we've kind of been in a bit of a weird recession.
We're in a recession. That's a strange take.
Yeah, but it was just okay. Let me rephrase that, maybe. My
Some people quivering and AJ's there. Yeah, cool. Yeah.
No, but it's like I feel like when I say cool, we're in a recession because I feel like don't we all know that already?
Yeah, sure.
Or haven't we already all been quite sensible and started to cut back? Like, we don't need to be told something. And the reason why I say cool, we're in a recession, because I feel like now, because officially, like, was it we've gone 0.1, it's like flat. Now the BBC, ITV, Sky, it's just going to be like forced down people's throat on a negative way, not a positive way of being like, not that there's anything positive about this, but thinking like people are actually thinking about where they're putting their money. Yeah, I think that's a positive thing.
It's a really interesting day to talk about it because what it is, two quarters in a row, so 2-3 month periods in a row of negative growth are classed as a recession. Yeah. So it's really important to use the phrase technical recession because that's a technical number because there is a difference. I think. In 2020, COVID.
So you've got what? So you've got a technical recession on one side, and the other side is.
Well, I'm going to explain that because I think, like, if you imagine 2020, when everything shut down, there was a 3-month period where I don't think there was a 2-3 month period. I don't think there was a technical recession during that period, but it certainly blinking felt like one because everything closed. There's a difference between, I think, a technical recession and how things feel. If I'm talking we have a lot of business owners
looking out the window,
and they're talking about growth and expansion, and they've never been this busy. And there's and you look at the markets, and then underneath the markets, you look at the companies and fundamentals, particularly even in the UK, and how companies are doing, and they're doing quite well. Yeah. So I think there is a subtle difference. And then this morning, you get the retail sales numbers out, and they are gangbusters. They're expected to grow at 1.5%. They've grown at 3.4%. In January, absolutely incredible. So I think there is, for me, I think yes, it's a technical recession. By definition, it's a recession, right? By the measure that we all use. But I don't think it's the start of a potential spiral. I think it's the numbers playing out. We've been trying to slow things down. Plus, we're slowing things down, and I think that's kind of where we are.
You spoke about you're remortgaging now. I remortgaged just at the end of last year. You're going to be remortgaging.
1.5 million people this year.
Like that knock-on effect still hasn't, in my opinion, been felt. Like people, as soon as that happens, they're like, okay, that extra money that I'd have gone and done something nice. Yeah, I'm paying for the same house. And I'm not moving. I'm doing the same thing.
The balance that comes to that, which is why I don't think the recession will spiral, is that we've still got a really strong labour market. People are really well employed, and we've had really strong wage growth. Yep. And as much as wage growth is slowing, there's still wage growth.
There's still growth there. Yeah.
So people are in jobs. People are still having increased pay. So I think that hopefully manages, potential increase in costs in remortgaging and things like that. But also I think manages that kind of feeling of having less money.
Yeah. No, it's interesting you say that. Balance. It's kind of like, I feel like it's like a delayed onset of what has maybe happened, or it's like, but it's just weird that one thing that I hate is that it becomes a press point, and it's like, the negativity side. It's a very clickbait. It's very like, what does this mean? Like, I went to the gym and they were like, we're in a recession. I was like, I've come to work out and get rid of my stress. I was like,
don't give a crap at this point in my life.
That was my mentality.
I bet they didn't say, do you know wage growth is up 7.2% this quarter? You didn't hear that from the gym.
And then I quickly switched to go, how's the renovation going on in the house?
Yeah.
He went, awful. Yeah. Went, right, cool.
It's a recession.
We'll do my workout now.
Yeah. Can I carry on?
Can I carry on? But that's the problem. Like normal people, it's a talking point.
Yeah,
it's a talking point. But it's not a positive talking point.
But also, we've been talking, like you said, about this recession since the start of 2023.
Yeah, forever.
Everybody's tired of it.
100%.
So what?
But this is my argument with press and that side.
That's
Give
what
me
I sort
two
of feel
sides
like
of the story.
We have been talking about it. And it's like, and what? We're going to be doing it. We're going to have to live. We're going to have to.
Again from the US, but a lady called Lila Scanlon, who's absolutely brilliant. Follow her Instagram. She's excellent. But she called it a vibe session.
Yeah.
Which is really, because it feels, we keep talking about this recession. We feel like we're in a recession because money's tight and costs are potentially going up. So we kind of, the world put itself in a bit of a vibe session without it actually really happening. And now the technical recession means it's happened.
Yeah.
But the vibe session seems to have gone. We all feel a little
because we spoke about it so much, we've dealt with it.
I think it's that.
And then we're over it before it's even technically started.
And we're not saying that some people aren't struggling. They are. But the reality is that I think, with tight employment, with wage growth, they're factual objective
I think like in my position, like I definitely feel like I'm struggling more because of the simple fact that the normal bills have gone up, the remortgage has gone up. You're like, okay, that extra money
so
that I would have
less disposable income.
Yeah, the disposable income's
so much less.
Is being removed because mentally, my head's like, well, my mortgage was this amount, but now it's kind of double. Yeah. So, well, I don't have as much money to do normal things. A lot of these things are mental as well. Like it's just normal. If you've kind of been paying one thing for the past 5 years, that's my price of my mortgage. Past 5 years. Yeah. Now it's double. Oh. It's bad.
With 1.5 million remortgaging this year, I think it's been really interesting this time next year to see what happened. I mean, did some people pay them off, pay them down, reduce them a little bit because again, savings rates have been up.
But when I looked at even like, okay, do you want to pay 10% down? I was like, so what's the difference in my mortgage if I pay 10% down? Yeah, it was like 50 quid. Yeah, I was like, wait, it's not worth it then, is it? It's actually not worth it.
No.
Yeah, anyway, exactly. Mortgage talk. I hate the mortgage talk.